Hamas is trying to achieve psychological, moral, spiritual effects in terms of creating insurmountable hatreds between the people so that there is never going to be peace between the two people, polarizing the communities, and convince people that resistance, their doctrine of resistance, is the only way forward.
We are dealing with the most complicated urban warfare zone in the world ever. We are talking about such a big organization of dozens of thousands of terrorists, which is so deeply embedded in the civil society.
Hamas leaders were openly talking about diverting fuel from a hospital. In other words, truly exploiting the population.
Their ability to build tunnels started in Oslo, when we retreated from the cities and handed them to the Palestinian Authority. Immediately following that, they started building tunnel infrastructure.
Large underground facilities, storage facilities, classrooms, sleeping quarters that are the main critical infrastructure, militant infrastructure that the Israel Defense Forces is dealing with.
85% of the entire buildings and civilian facilities in the Gaza Strip were infected by Hamas. They were used by Hamas as terror and military compounds in order to terrorize the citizens of Israel.
It's about a huge network of tunnels, the size that you can drive cars, move rockets, the size of an apartment, endless amount of munitions, weapons, technologies, terrorists. And this is moving things on a border between Gaza and Egypt that is only 14 kilometers.
They do have in some of their tunnel simulators and stuff like that. We've seen them published on Al Jazeera, where they could do at least rudimentary training.
All the battalions of Hamas, all these units which are organized and have a command and control structure, small squads of Hamas will emerge from the tunnels and will attack here and there.
We thought they were deterred by us because look at our firepower. But in fact, they had built Gaza for 17 years to force us to, the only way we could ever actually fight Hamas in Gaza in a way that would destroy Hamas in Gaza, to cut through the civilian population. And Hamas built Gaza for 17 years for that purpose.
It's the habit of Hamas to use public places to preserve their identity and to sustain their war, whether it's a mosque or a hospital or a school. That too does not seem to be something that's comprehended by the international media.
There were some newspaper reports several weeks after the war began, interviewing Hamas personnel saying, senior officials saying, oh, this is exactly what we planned. We wanted to spark a regional war. I don't think that was their goal. I think they miscalculated, but their goal has always been to maximize the pain and suffering of the Palestinian people.
The leaders of Hamas, who are 15 floors under the ground, sit and think what eventually we have to do. We just have to wait. And we are in a win-win situation, because if we will be able to pressure Israel to make a further mile or step towards our demands, then it will be considered as our ultimate victory and the ultimate defeat of Israel.